almost fall, so I can wear this beret with confidence now. Hey guys, it's Ashley, and today I'm going to be doing the BookTube Oldie Tag. This tag was created by Monica Kim, so I will leave her channel and the video that she made down below. I know that a couple of other people have done this tag, and I've been wanting to do it for a while now, and today was my chance. For those of you who don't know, there is a BookTube newbie tag that a lot of people will do when they first make their channels, including me. That was the very first video that I ever made, and if you want to go back through time, through all my videos to watch it, please do, and then cringe when you watch it because it's really, really embarrassing. The BookTube Oldie Tag, in relation, is for people who have been on BookTube for a little bit and want to reflect on their time here and ask themselves, would they do anything differently if they were able to go back in time? So, since I've been on BookTube for quite a long time, I figured now was as good a time as ever, so let's get started. So the first question is, how long have you been part of the BookTube community? For me, I've been making videos since April of 2016, so in that essence, it's been like 4.5 years almost. If you talk about like making and watching videos, in total, it's gonna be closer to like 5.5 years, because I did watch a lot of BookTube before I made my own channel. So not sure how you want to count that, but those are my dates. So the second question is, what was your biggest misconception before starting BookTube? I don't really know if I had any misconceptions before I started my channel. I just kind of like watched videos and was like, yeah, I want to do that. So I picked up my camera and I filmed a video and I put it out there before I could think twice about it. And ever since then, I've just kind of been taking things as they come. So 3 is, how do you think BookTube has changed since you first started? I think that BookTube has changed in a lot of positive ways, the first of which becoming a lot more diverse. There are a lot more creators of color and people of all different sexualities and genders and races and everything just coming and making videos about books that they love, which I think is an amazing thing, and I'm so happy that everybody feels comfortable to come out and put themselves out here and make friends like I have. I also feel like BookTube has somewhat, not completely, because we're still very like YA centered, but has somewhat drifted away from like completely YA books and somewhat focused on middle grade and adult and different kinds of genres that you didn't really see before, like mystery, thriller, horror. When I first started, it was very like YA fantasy or YA romance contemporary centered. There were people creating videos about other kinds of books and genres and age groups that these books were made for, but they weren't as well known as the popular booktubers who were making videos all about YA. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with completely making videos about and only reading YA. If that's what you're into and that's what you love to read, then stick with it and keep going. But there are a lot of other genres and a lot of other different books that could be explored, and I really, really like that we've started to talk more about those books and started to push forward some creators who really enjoy those books to the forefront. Mostly because that gives me more recommendations as to how to branch out of my comfort zones, but I also hope that it does that for a lot of other people as well. And so that people who enjoy those genres and who enjoy those different kinds of books have a place to go to find other people who enjoy those as well. Question 4 is, what is your favorite BookTube memory? And this one is really hard because I feel like I have a lot. My all-time favorite BookTube memory though was definitely when I attended Book Expo and BookCon by myself in 2018, I think it was. When I say by myself, I didn't mean that I like roomed by myself and went to the convention by myself. I did go with other people, but I flew by myself and I met people in New York by myself and that kind of thing. The first year that I went to BookCon was actually 2017, and I went on a family trip to New York with my mom and my grandma and my sister, which was a lot of fun and I loved it. But 2018, there was something completely different about, you know, doing it solo and like planning with other people from around the US and like meeting up in New York and going to a convention and making all your own decisions without your family, like that kind of thing. That was the first trip that I really like sort of branched out and did something on my own, essentially. So I really loved it for that reason, but also because I met so many people who I've watched on YouTube and who I've made friends with online and that sort of thing. I just had an amazing time at that Book Expo. Also really good memories have been all the good times I've spent in Orlando at BookNet Fest and also at Disney with Zoe and Haley. Those were such fun times and I really, really want to do that again. Question 5 is, what are some books that you were introduced to because of BookTube? This question could go on for ages because I feel like 90% of what I've read so far in my life has been because of BookTube, but I'll name off a few series that most everybody is going to know. Illuminae, I was definitely introduced to because of BookTube. Throne of Glass, A Court of Thorns and Roses, Truly Devious, Skyward, Renegades, Nevermore, I'm pretty sure that I was, The Last Magician. There are like so many series and so many books that I've been introduced to because of BookTube, so I don't even remember where I got the recommendations from or where I found the books from, but thank you to anybody who's talked about any of those books in the past, because probably without you guys I wouldn't have found them. And what's really interesting and fun to me now is that I was getting those recommendations from other people on BookTube, and now I'm one of the people recommending them to newer people, which is just astounding to me, and I'm so grateful that I get to be able to do that. Question 6 is a bit of a prickly question, but that is, what is something that frustrates you about BookTube? So who's surprised that I had to come in while editing and fix something that I said? I just decided while editing that I thought of something else that frustrated me more about BookTube, so I decided to switch it up, and I'm gonna use this one instead, but I will keep it hopefully short and sweet so that you don't have to stare at this really bad quality image from my computer for too long. The thing that I wanted to say that frustrated me about BookTube, more so it frustrated me early on when I was first getting started with my channel and first started growing on my channel than it does now, is sponsorships and like making money through YouTube/BookTube and the way that it's like viewed in this community. For some reason, years ago, people would get really up in arms about booktubers taking on sponsorships and things, and it was just this really big point of contention that I never truly understood. In my mind, when somebody takes a sponsorship, you are promoting a product, in this case a book, right? And in no way whatsoever are we telling you, you have to buy this book in order to continue viewing our content. Personally, my videos will always remain 100% free through YouTube. I don't even know if there's an option to make it not free, but if there was, it would always be free. And when I take a sponsorship, that is not going to change. Of course, I'm always going to pick books that I'm genuinely either interested in or definitely would see myself reading in the future, and I hope that other people would too, but in essence, in my view of sponsorships and things like that, it's not going to change how the video is made or viewed, so I don't understand why people have been so up in arms about it, especially because you can't find a popular YouTuber nowadays who's not either promoting their merch or making a sponsored video and promoting a product. It's just not possible to find somebody on YouTube nowadays who's not trying to do that or who's not already doing that. So because it's already been so prevalent on YouTube as a whole, I just never understood why BookTube was so, like, up in arms about it. Like I said, this is something that always used to frustrate me early on when I was first getting into sponsorships, because I never wanted to upset anybody with anything that I did. My intent was never to upset or to confuse or anything like that. I genuinely was just interested in promoting books and stories that I was interested in, and if I was making money off of that, then hey, it's a bonus, you know? I get to do what I've been doing and also, you know, make a living off of it and possibly be able to do this full time. So if that was a possibility, then I was going to take it because I love doing this so much. And now I feel like BookTube has gotten a lot better about it and people are more understanding of it, but back then it was just very confusing to me why people were very mad all the time about sponsorships. And the final question, question 7, is what is your hope for the future of BookTube? I don't really think about this too much, to be honest. I really don't think about any of these questions too much, to be honest. But if I had to pick something that I would hope that BookTube would accomplish in the future, or something that I would pinpoint as a hope for BookTube, I think I would just keep saying that I would hope that we could continue to move forward in the way that we have over the past year or so, and that we continue to support diverse creators and support diverse authors, to continue to speak up for people who have a limited voice in today's day and age and who should really have more of a voice, to continue to speak up for things that are right, to continue to stand against those that are wrong, just to continue to push for positive change, I guess, is what I hope I'm trying to say here by saying all of that. And I hope that everybody who makes a video for BookTube, anybody who attempts to become a part of this community and to join, I hope that you find something that you love and you continue to love that thing and be passionate about it, and that you find friends and you have a good time, and that, you know, everybody has the sort of experience that I've had on YouTube. That is my hope. Thank you for coming to my talk. And so yeah, now that I'm sort of sweating from wearing this beret and a semi-long sleeve dress, that's it for this video. I'm not gonna tag anybody, as I don't normally do in tag videos. I've just never been one to tag people, okay, I'm sorry. But if you've been on BookTube a while, you feel like you're a BookTube oldie instead of a BookTube newbie, feel free to do this tag. I'm really glad that even after 4.5 years, I am still very much interested in doing this thing. So I think that's going to be it for this video, everybody. If you want to follow me on any of my socials, all of my links and handles are in the description below. But other than that, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you later. Goodbye!